Hey guys, well here's my next little project gotta do. Gotta make some sawhorses. These are just some cheap brackets you buy at your hardware store. And I gotta make some because I gotta buy a sheet of, I think it's 4 gauge and a sheet of 8 gauge. Do some projects. So, so anyway, 4 gauge is almost a quarter inch roughly, but 8 gauge is a little bit smaller. So, but yeah, so we're gonna make some sawhorses up. Every time I try cutting up sheet metal on that little table there, it makes it's a real little table there. It's a real hassle. So I thought I had some 2x4s kicking around. This one's straight. The other one's not so much, but this one is. Anyways, make a couple sawhorses. Well needed thing I need to make. Really handy thing to have, and you know how it goes, right? So yeah, yeah. So I guess that kind of goes in there. I guess it kind of pinches into the 2x4. I guess. So, I never made sawhorses. Well, I've made sawhorses before, but this is kind of different. But anyways, it should work. I mean, it's for just for doing light duty stuff. I mean, heavy duty stuff, then you have to build. Obviously, you need metal sawhorses, but it'll work. You know, just kind of beef them up a little bit. What usually takes the stress is the pivot points here. They're not very strong, right? So, but nonetheless, they'll work for what we need to do with them. So I'm not gonna be standing on top of the plywood or nothing like that, because I don't do that kind of stuff. Not anymore. So, but yeah, so it should work pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. So I think I got these. I think I got them on Amazon or something. Oh, a couple years ago, I guess, maybe last year or something. So, or Princess Auto, I don't remember. I got them somewhere, but they work. And sometimes you're shopping along the store, hardware store or something, you see something, oh, that's interesting. Maybe you might need it, and you put it in the back of on your shelf there. You figure, well, I'll need it at some point or another. Who knows when, but it's there, so you go look for it. Oh yeah, I remember I bought these things. So bought for something. But yeah, and on top here, I guess you can put a piece of 2x4 to clamp it on there and across the top. Yeah. So anyway, that's what we're doing, and it's the next little project for tomorrow. And well, sometime tomorrow. Anyway, get in here and we'll build these. It's not too cold, so it's bearable. So nice bright lights. So anyway, well, I bought this nifty little thing here. Getting something like this for quite a while. This is a sheet metal gauge or a wire gauge. So every time I go buy metal, let's see if I plate of some sorts, I always say 1/8 gauge or quarter inch, whatever plate, whatever. And the guy like says to me, "Oh, it's this gauge or that gauge." I have no idea what he's talking about, but it is what it is. Now I know. Well, I know it was some kind of gauge of metal, but I didn't know actually what size it was. So this has numbers on here, and you also do wire and thinner, really, really thin sheet metal. Now, this tool can be used for a lot of different things. It can be used for brass plate, copper plate, tin plate, any kind of plate, any kind of metal plate, even plastic. Since plastics of different thicknesses too, working with plastic and bigger stuff. So I guess, number 0 gauge comes out to 0.325. So pretty good size. Bigger than quarter inches. That right there, which is quarter inch is number 2 gauge. I think there's oddball sizes, but it is what it is, right? So mostly what we use around here It's either 1/4 inch or 1/8 in general. Now what the increments are for 1/8 gauge, I couldn't tell you. But anyways, I think it's somewhere. I think it's 1/8 gauge is something like number. I think it's something like somewhere between 6 and 4, or actually I think somewhere between 8 and 6. I think is what it is. It's 1/8 gauge. I think it's number 7. It's 1/8 gauge. Okay. Could be. You have to basically figure that stuff out on your own, measure it on a tape measure. But anyways, it's kind of cool when you're doing a project take Bronco for instance. I don't know the gauge of the metal on it, right? And I have to get some metal here pretty quick, which I determined what it was. And sorry, dark. Anyways, I'm going actually a little bit thicker than this here, but let's see. What was it? 7, 6. So I determined that this plate here I've been using is 8 gauge. So 8 gauge. Try to go with 9, but 9's too small. It's hard to do with the camera. An 8 gauge fits perfect. So this is 8 gauge on here. So probably going to be going with something a bit thicker. So I think I have it marked on my phone what I need. But I need material for building Bronco, building up the rest of the body and the front steering, all that shit there I need to do. And then I need material because I'm building buckets for the backhoe. So anyways, this comes in handy. Determine what sheet metal is used, or what kind of metal is used on your tractor or whatever, or your car or truck, whatever you're working on. It's a nice thing to have, especially if you're a welder. If you're a welder or you're doing some kind of DIY project, it's good to know what kind of thickness you're working with. That way you know what to set your welder to. Because, the thing is, when you're welding, you set it too high, you burn right through. So, anyways, this are just things. So, tips and projects and such. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. This is My Orchard Videos, or MOV Farms. Over and out. See ya.